This cup is literally the most gorgeous thing ever. Besides my little ghost that I drew on today. I really do love Halloween so much. I just cannot let an excuse for me to paint myself go by, you know. The videos today is going to be very exciting. I am going to show you all the series I own that are still to be read. If you haven't seen my previous videos, I think I mentioned this on the previous one. Lucas, last Christmas, the Christmas of 2024, he gave me 36 books as presents. We had a Christmas advent calendar. Those ones were like Christmas themed standalone books that I could read throughout December as I would open them. But then as presents, he gave me 36 books. So to say that your girl's a little overwhelmed is an understatement. But I thought it would be very fun to go through all of them. I believe most of them are like really famous ones. Like, I feel like everyone has heard of them, but I'm still gonna go through them because there's a chance that someone out there hasn't heard about it, so they're gonna hear it from me. Starting with what I think is one of the most famous ones. This one has like really good reviews, like really good reviews. This on Goodreads has 4.32 out of 397,000 ratings. Like, this is insanely famous. That's why I don't think anyone has not heard of this. It does make me a bit scared, because when the ratings are so high, I'm like, ugh. I don't know, I put it out as much as I can because I'm so afraid I'm not going to enjoy it as much as everyone. But if you haven't heard of this, this is basically a dystopian young adult fantasy. Think about the humanity, but many years ahead. We don't get sick anymore, we don't get no diseases, we don't age, we don't nothing. So how do people die? Because they don't die. So now in this world is basically there's sites, if you can't tell by the name of the book, there are sites that go around and kill people because otherwise people don't die and the world gets overpopulated. Do you get where I'm going? So they go around and take care of that problem for everyone. And I'm actually super excited to read this, but I'm also super scared because everyone loves it. I kind of feel like I'm so gonna be that 1% that doesn't love this book, and I'm gonna cry because I have 4 of them. Just the spines, they look so cute, but the books themselves, let me see if I can even take this out, because I taped this thing because it kept opening, so I taped the sides. Now I'm not even sure I can take it out. I'm afraid if I take it out I won't be able to put it back. Okay, let's see it like this. Look how gorgeous that is. Oh, that's gorgeous. That's gorgeous. I love that green and black. In case you can't notice, my pillows are also like velvety green. Also my blanket, they match. And then there's a black velvety one. I love the match of green and black. And look at this. Ah, I love it. We have also a very famous one. It's still on the plastic because they're in my shelf. I don't want them to get dusty until I get to them. So if they come in a plastic, I keep them in a plastic. We have the Natural series, also very famous if you haven't heard. This is a bunch of FBI kids, like teenagers that the FBI hires, not specifically because they have superpowers, like nothing out of this world. They're really good at like telling when a person is lying, at profiling people. So the FBI hires them to solve a bunch of cold cases that they have rotting around. It has the Naturals, Killer Instinct, All In, and Bad Blood. The Naturals is actually not as famous as Sight. I thought Naturals was more famous than Sight. Naturals has 306,000 ratings with an average of 4.22, which is also like great. Another still wrapped up one. Oh, this has dust on top of it. That's crazy. This one is on the top of my shelf, so it gets the most amount of dust. But this is a book that I really want to start reading in December. I don't know why, but I associate it a lot with January. So I want to start. There are 6 books in this box set. So I want to start it in December, growing into January, because I feel like January and February are the perfect months to read Maisie Dobbs. I do not know why, so please do not ask. But this book's on Goodreads, or the first book of this series on Goodreads, has 3.93 out of 121,000 ratings. So it's not as famous as the other ones, but I feel like it's mostly because it's so old. I think this series started coming out in like 2000, if I'm not mistaken. And it's also like a historical fiction mystery type of thing. In the 1900s, there's Maisie and she's at work and she is caught reading a book. And she starts thinking that, oh my god, she lost her job, what is she going to do now? No one's going to hire her. And after all, she discovers that her boss decides to support her education. So if Maisie wants to go to school, her boss will allow her and will pay her to go to school. It sounds so good because then she goes to Cambridge and she has a degree and everything, and like back in the day that was not common. So she goes to school, she gets a degree, and then she opens her own company, and she's an investigator. The first assignment that she gets, it's to get hired for an infidelity thing. She gets hired to figure out with who is this person cheating, and instead of getting a cheater, she gets a killer. And this brings her back to the Cold War from all the memories that she wanted to forget. This is kind of like Agatha Christie, you know, it gives the vibes of Agatha Christie but not so famous. So I was very intrigued at it. Moving on to the series that I'm actually right now in the middle of. I think it's called Crave. And we have 6 books from this Crave series. There is Crave, Crush, Covet, Court, Charm, and Cherish. I am now on the second book. You know, I did the worst decision ever. I read Crave, the first book in this series, last year before we left for our vacation, and we went on our vacation that was 5 months long. So I spent 5 months dreaming about getting home to read the next book. And then I get home and the next book is this brick of a book. It's almost 700 pages. But it's so interesting that like I don't even feel bad. This was the prompt it came in. Book that you're the most excited about. Of course I was. I love this series so much. I gave a 5-star to Crave. It was so good. Grace's parents die in an accident and she needs to move in with her uncle. It's in Alaska. She moves to Alaska. Her uncle is the principal of the school, so she of course goes to that school and she discovers that it's not just a normal school. Okay, do you get me? Katmere Academy, it's actually a paranormal school. She doesn't know any of this, she's just a mortal human, and she goes into this paranormal school and she starts thinking that she goes crazy because like, what you mean there's vampires and dragons and witches? What you mean my cousin is one of them? What you mean my uncle is one of them? Her uncle is a warlock. She thinks she's going crazy and I cannot spoil it anymore, but it's such a good series. It is such a good series. It's giving me all the Halloween vibes that I want, which is witches, vampires, dragons, werewolves as well. What else can I ask for Halloween? Nothing, absolutely nothing. This has it all. I cannot wait to finish the series, but at the same time I just want to cherish it because every time I'm reading it, it feels like I'm like literally watching a movie, and I never had that with a book. But the way it's so descriptive, like it feels like I'm in that academy. Grace. And especially because Grace is a curly, dark-haired girl. I'm like, tell me no more. Just say that you inspired yourself on me. Also for Halloween, I have so many books I want to read for Halloween, if you cannot tell. But I want to read that whole series, and I still want to read A Discovery of Witches by Deborah Harkness. These books on Goodreads have 4.2 out of 546,000 ratings. That's like the most famous series I have. This is a paranormal romantic fantasy type of trilogy. There is A Discovery of Witches, Shadow of Night, and The Book of Life. They're also like chunky. I don't know what's up with these books, but they're all like over 600 pages. 640. And I want to read them all for Halloween. Sure, you got it, girl. You got it. I know that there's witches, I know that there's vampires. There's the main girl, if I'm not mistaken, is Diana. She comes from a line of witches, and she comes across this manuscript that she opens, and she sees that it's something that she doesn't want to, involve herself in. So she just like skims the manuscript and takes a few notes, but she discovers that because she opened the manuscript, she opened a whole like bunch of demons and stuff. They fall in love, and they have all these like challenges that they need to come across, and they need to close that world so that no more demons come into the world that they're right now, and they don't destroy the whole thing. That's all I know about this, but it's really famous, and it's witches and vampires. Like literally that's all you have to say to me. Next we have Daughter of Smoke and Bone by Laini Taylor. We have Daughter of Smoke and Bone, Days of Blood and Starlight, and Dreams of Gods and Monsters. The covers are freaking gorgeous. I love these covers. Are you kidding me? Look at this. Look at this. They are so gorgeous. This is also a fantasy. I think all of these books, not these ones, but all of the ones previously are fantasies. It's about a 17-year-old, if I'm not mistaken. 17-year-old. And her name is Karu. Karu. That's such a cute name. So Karu has managed to keep the balance between her two different lives. She is a normal art student in Prague, which I find very exciting, and she also runs errands for a monster. And she discovers that she has actually some connections to the monster world and the other, fantastic world. And she needs to decide which world she wants to take care of, because there are some challenges happening in her life, and she needs to choose either her safe normal world or go to the one that is getting destroyed by monsters, and she needs to go and find answers about herself because she had no idea she was half a monster. Also screams Halloween to me. I don't know what to tell you. Anything with monsters for me is Halloween. We have the Sweet Pea. Halloween gods are here. We have the Sweet Pea series. We have Sweet Pea, Deadhead, In Bloom, and Thorns on My Side from CJ Scoos. I haven't heard anyone talk about this series, and I think that's why it intrigues me so much. It gives me Katie Brent and Bella Mackie vibes, it's about a female serial killer. She has a normal job, if I'm not mistaken. She's an editorial assistant. During the day, she's an editorial assistant, and during the night, she plans murders against people that just, like a taxi driver that was rude to her, a man at the checkout who always mishandles her apples, the driver who cuts her off on her way to work, the people who have caught it coming. She is ready for revenge. And it's basically a series about a female serial killer that just goes crazy if people mistreat her, and she goes and kills basically all bad men in the world. What else do you need? The covers look so gorgeous as well. What? See how cute this is? Look at this knife. That's crazy. They look so cute. I don't have much to say about this, besides I'm excited as hell. And I cannot wait to read another funny comic thriller. You can never have too many of those. You really cannot. Our second last series, we have Crazy Rich Asians. I've seen this on Netflix. Netflix has a series called Crazy Rich Asians. I didn't know it was inspired on a novel. So we have Crazy Rich Asians by Kevin Kwan. He has Crazy Rich Asians, Rich People Problems, and China Rich Girlfriend. Also, the covers are quite cute. I find them really pretty. Look at that. If I'm not mistaken, this is like a Gossip Girl. It's the vibes that I'm getting, okay? This is the vibes that I'm getting. It's a Gossip Girl kind of book. So this is about our main character. What was her name? Rachel Chu. She agrees to go spend vacation with her boyfriend in his vacation, childhood house. And she gets there and she's like, you did not tell me that you had a palace of a house. So she's not used to this glamorous life, but she discovers that he is the country's most eligible bachelor. Soon Rachel's relaxed vacation turns in an obstacle course of old money, new money, nosy relatives, and scheming social climbers. Tell me it doesn't sound good to you. Tell me it doesn't sound good to you. Wait, it actually says now a major motion picture, see the movie. I'm pretty sure it was a series. Maybe I'm tripping and it's actually a movie. Oh well, I was so sure it was a series. Definitely a more fun read, so if I'm ever missing those, because I don't have that many standalone books. Most of the standalones I have are thrillers, so not really that many funny light books. So if I'm ever lacking on some, I have 3 right here to read. And last, but definitely not least, we have Never After. Is it? Yeah, Never After series. Look, do not come for me, okay? Do not come for me. I have not read these books. I have no idea what's the order of this, but we have Hope, Scarred, Wretched, Twisted, Crossed, and Hexed. Hexed was the one that caught my attention because this one came out and everyone was raving about it, and I didn't know it was a series, but I knew that it was a retelling of Little Mermaid. And I was so excited, I was like, oh my god, I can't wait. I've never read a retelling of anything. I know, how weird. How weird, literally, how could I? So all the books are based on a kids movie. So each of these is inspired in a kids movie. So we have Hooked, which is from Captain Hook of Peter Pan. We have Scar, the Lion King. We have Wretched, which is the Wizard of Oz. We have Twisted. What is Twisted? Twisted Aladdin. We have Crossleaf. The cover cannot tell you, it's so cute. If the cover doesn't tell you, The Hunchback of Notre Dame. It's so cute. And then we have Little Mermaid, which is Hicks. I'm really excited to start it, but I'm really nervous because I haven't read ever a dark romance, and these are categorized as dark romance. It doesn't make sense to me because I'm like, this is a kids movie. Come on. You cannot make something nasty about a kids movie, right? Maybe they can. Maybe they can, and that's what's scaring me. With that, I believe we have 36 books here, because if I'm not mistaken, when Lucas gave these to me and I counted them, it was 36 books. But let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here are 4, so 10. Here are 4 as well. 14, 20, 26, 29, 32, 35, 39. It's not even 36 books, it's 39 books. And that makes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 series. It's really not that big of a deal. I don't know why people are always so like scared of having too many series to read. I'm like, dude, that just means that if I like a book, I still have 5 more on that series to read. So I'm really excited about it. It does stress me a bit because it makes my TBR look massive, but at the same time it's like, it's really not that bad because it's all in the same world. It's not like I have 39 individual books. It's like I have 6 of the same series, 6 of the same series, so it's really not that bad. That's the justification I'm giving myself, okay? But I believe that's all I have for today. Those are all the series I have on my TBR right now at this moment. I don't think I'm going to be acquiring any, at least not on purpose, but it might be that I already have some that I didn't know were a series. I want to start like 3 of them for Halloween, but at the same time I still have some Halloween books that I want to read there. So I think I'm going to continue this. Scythe would be maybe a great book to start as well. A Discovery of Witches sounds amazing, and I think the other ones can wait until after Halloween. So I hope I have enough time to read all of this, because as you can see, they're chunks. They are chunks of books. But yeah, that's all I have for today. I might record a whole TBR video so you can see also, besides the series that I have, all the individual books. You can still kind of see them. They're on this shelf over here. But yeah, that was it for today. Have a great weekend, and I will see you next Friday.